Hey, how y'all doing? Yeah, I'm finna break down this when an unclean spirit returns. You know, Trump, he brought them troops to Memphis to clean it up. So even though Memphis is clean, it's dry, it's clean, it's put in order. He getting order down here. He doing everything he need to do. But the thing about Memphis is he ain't putting God in it. They not putting God back into our city. So it's making us very vulnerable for spirits to just enter into our city. Because it's swept, but God not there. God is not here. I told you back in 2023, God has left. God personally came and said he was gone from this city. Remember the convocation? Used to come here every year. They decided to move the convocation. When they decided to move the convocation, God left too. They tried to bring it back. The glory is gone. But Memphis is still considered a holy city, but in this process, Memphis, the convocation was always here. Culture convocation always in Memphis. This is where it was rooted at. And then one way the people got together like Aaron brother and said, let's move the convocation. Let's move to a better place for us. We feel like it's more tourists better for us. Instead of putting God in the picture, they pulled God out the picture and decided to move the convocation. When they decided to move the convocation, they moved the protection and covering that was over this city in their process, and they don't even know it. They moved the spiritual protection that was over us. So what ended up happening is we had all this wickedness come through here. So what's going on now is Trump is trying to clean everything up. So he's trying to remove the wicked spirit, the unclean spirit leave. So he's sending troops to get the unclean spirit to leave. But in this process, you got to feel the only way for the spirit not to return, you got to fill it with God. You can't just have no empty city. I told you, if it's empty, it's going to come back with 7 spirits more worse than itself. And if you look, when I told you he left, shortly after he left, Elon Musk came. You start seeing all this come out, all this going on, all these people entering our city because the principality and the protection was removed from this city. That's why they able to come through. Then you look, you see Kamala Harris that came through here. The principality removed. That's why they can enter. They couldn't enter at first. Spiritually, they could not enter this city. But now, because we don't have spiritual protection, and God has left the building, and the glory is gone, now they come and doing visits, and, ooh, yeah, let's see what's going on. Now you got the spirit that's going to destroy this city is stopping by. Like they tear this city up in this process. But if you got God and you feel this city with God and it's rooted in God, these wicked spirits have no power. But if you got an empty city, just like an empty person, just like an empty spirit, just like an empty body, these spirits come to dominate. That's what they come to do. So you look at Memphis. Memphis, the unclean spirit returns. And if you sit back and you watch how everything unfolds, Memphis is the center of it all. They ready to come through here. We had all this protection, but now the glory has left. So now, boom, you see all these people. Let's go to Memphis. Let's go to Memphis. They spiritually, they couldn't come here at first. Like, they just could not come to this city. But now, spiritually, the principality, they allowed in this city now. So they coming through, making drops, making stops, showing their presence. Yeah, they finna tear this city up in this process. The condition of, it said the condition in the last state of the man is worse than the first. So when you look at our city, and Trump got these troops in our city, when these troops leave from our city and we really just burn, the condition of Memphis is gonna be worse than before Trump even came to the city with the troops to try to clean it up. It's gonna get worse. The wickedness gonna be even worse than it was when he came here to clean it up. You're gonna see everything shoot up. You're gonna see homicide shoot up. All the crime is gonna skyrocket through the roof. You know why? Because they not putting God back into the city. They doing everything. They got it clean on the outside. It swept good. It looked real good. They trying to get $74 million for downtown. They trying to renovate downtown. But while they doing all this, they not trying to put God back in what's going on. So all this renovation, all this stuff right here, shoot, the thugs gonna tear this city down. Ain't nobody gonna want to be dealing with the renovation. And ain't gonna attract no tourists when Trump leave and them troops leave. The tourism is gone. So why are you investing all these millions of dollars in tourism? Because you're not going to be able to control the crime once Trump leaves with them troops. And you investing all this money thinking you going to bank it back. You ain't finna get it back. Because ain't nobody finna deal with the crime here. Ain't nobody finna deal with the crime here. And the only way for this wickedness not to come back is to put God into what's going on. And when I look, they're doing everything but putting God back into what's going on. So I'm finna go back now and I'm finna read Exodus 3. God want me to read Exodus 3. So when he go back to Moses, and he probably been freeing the people. Remember, he probably been freeing the children of Israel. I'm finna read what he said to them. Because this goes back. He said, go gather the elders of Israel together and say to them, the Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and of Jacob, appeared to me saying, I have surely visited you and seen what is done to you in Egypt. And I have said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt into the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Jerizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, to a land flowing with milk and honey. Then they will heed your voice, and you shall come, you and the elders of Israel, to the king of Egypt. And you shall say to him, the Lord God of the Hebrews has met with us. And now, please let us go 3-day journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the Lord our God. So when God deliver you, when God remove these spirits, he's expecting you to serve and sacrifice to the Lord your God. Like, he's not just delivering you so you could just do what you want to do out here. Like, it's a contract. It's a binding contract. When you get healed and you get delivered out here, now you must go and worship God. So when God decides to heal when God decided to rescue the Israelites from the oppression they was in, their whole purpose of being released was so that they could worship the Lord their God. When God deliver you and you empty and you just got through deliverance, when you fill your house, the contract is you're supposed to get back into God. Fill your house with God. Put God in what you got going on. Because that's going to be what keep the spirits and demons away. If not, you're going to be 7 times worse than before. So when you read this right here with Exodus and Moses, it's in plain sight why he was even delivering them. Like, the whole purpose of them being delivered was to worship him. It was no other purpose. God didn't deliver them just because they were sick and they needed healing. He delivered them just so that they could worship him. That's why he delivered them. It wasn't no other reason. So if you go through deliverance from anything, God expects you to give him the glory in this process. God expects you to include him in what you got going on in your life. God don't expect you to be walking around with your house swept, everything clean on the outside, but it's empty. Like, God not delivering you for you to walk around empty out here. So if you don't hold up to your end of the contract, your condition gonna be worse than you was before. And even with Memphis, when God sent these troops to Memphis, it's for us to put God back into Memphis. That's why. It's not for us to build all this other extra stuff and God's still not here. Because when these spirit more wicked than itself come into this city, who gonna want to come to Memphis? If you dealt with crime before and God took and all this leave, the crime gonna shoot up. Who finna be coming to Memphis? And you investing all that money, they're gonna be a loss. So I'm finna read another part of this. Because God want me to read another part of this. So now I'm in John 5. And God healed a man at the pool of Bethsaida. So I'm just going to 5 verse 6. John 5 verse 6 on this. It say, when Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he already had been in that condition a long time, he said to him, do you want to be made well? The sick man answered him, sir, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up. But while I am coming, another steps down before me. Jesus said to him, rise, take up your bed and walk. And immediately the man was made well, took up his bed and walked. And that day was the Sabbath. The Jews therefore said to him, who was cursed, it is the Sabbath. Is it not lawful for you to carry your bed? And he answered them, He who made me well said to me, Take up your bed and walk. Then they said to him, Who is the man who said to you, Take up your bed and walk? But the one who was healed did not know who it was, for Jesus had withdrawn, a multitude being in that place. Afterward, Jesus found him in the temple and said to him, See, you have been made well. Sin no more, lest worse things come upon you. So, if right here, when Jesus healed the man, Jesus gave him a warning. He said, sin no more is going to be worse than before. So when you receive your deliverance out here, your deliverance is not in vain. It's for the glory of God. You know, he ended up finding the man in the temple. So the man was worshiping him. But at that point, God gave him the warning that if he sinned again, his condition going to be worse than it was before. So when you deal with deliverance, the deliverance is the beginning. That's not the end. You being delivered from something is the beginning, not the end. And during this process, you're supposed to be giving God the glory. Because God didn't deliver you for you to just be walking around in vain and you doing what you're doing and you still living in your sin and you have not changed. Like when God delivered you, the whole purpose of him delivering you is so you can worship him. You can worship him. That's all he wants you to do. He gonna heal you and deliver you. But in this process, you got to give it back to him. You got to worship him. You got to praise him. You got to give him the glory. It all go back to him. It's not about you with this deliverance. When you heal, the glory is supposed to go back to God. People not doing it. So even when you read a spirit returns, unclean spirit returns, when that spirit leaves and you don't establish your spiritual relationship with God, then you open yourself up to be attacked by the enemy. You are allowing yourself to be spiritually attacked by the enemy. Because even though physically you might be better, doing better, your house clean, everything in order, you haven't spiritually fed yourself. So you leave yourself vulnerable for spiritual attack against the enemy when you're not filled with the spirit. And it's just like with light and darkness. You know, I spoke on that. I said light has no place with darkness. So if you have light in your home, darkness cannot dwell in light. Like, just even if you look in a house full, just black, as soon as you cut on the light, the darkness disappear. It's no way darkness can live and you got light in the place where you at. It's no way. It's impossible. It's impossible for you got something that you in total darkness and you light a light. The darkness disappear. So that's how it work with you in the spiritual too. So if you got the spirit, you got light, you got God dwelling within you. Darkness can't reside there. It don't even want to reside there. Like, it's going to get agitated. If you got the light living within you, you got God within you, you done fed your spirit, fed your spirit with God and put him back into you, them spirits can't dwell there. It's impossible for them to dwell there. But if you think it's all about you and you didn't receive your healing and you just going on because everything look like it's in order, them spirits come back 7 times worse than it was before. So the whole reason why I'm like even speaking on this is to emphasize that your deliverance is to get glory back to God at the end of the day. If you don't give glory, if you don't hold your end of this contract of giving glory, God the glory, and sinning no more, that's part of giving God the glory. Just praising and giving God glory in this process, it's going to be way worse for you. Even Jesus had to warn the people he healed and he delivered that it's going to get worse for you if you sin again. So it's a lot that comes with the deliverance. And, you know, it's a lot that comes with it. And the deliverance is the beginning of the new you. You can't do your old ways and live in darkness and you done been delivered. Because these spirits going to come back 7 times worse than itself. So that's what God want me to emphasize dealing with that. It's something else he want me to read too. He want me to read, because you remember I told you that when the spirit leaves, it has no rest. Remember I told you that? I said when the spirit leaves from you, it goes out looking for rest but finds none. So I'm finna read right here Matthew 10:25. And it speak on Jesus gives true rest. And this in relation to the unclean spirit leaving and coming back Or just, it deal with a lot of stuff, but I'm putting it with the unclean spirit leave and come back, and how Jesus give true rest. Because once the spirit is cast out of you, it's looking for rest. And it ain't going to find none. But it's going to try to come back to you. But Jesus give the true rest. So it can't come back to you. It will not be able to come back to you once you fill yourself with Jesus. And you get the true rest that you need to fill that void. The spirit cannot come back. It's impossible. So it say Jesus give true rest. It say, at the time, Jesus answered and said, I thank you, Father, Lord of the heaven and earth, that you have hidden these things from the wise and prudent, and have revealed them to babes. Even so, Father, for it's a, so he just saying that God has hidden the secrets and mystery of life from the wise and given it to people you wouldn't even expect, to babes. So those who you think speak so articulate than the ones he had it from. But people like me, these are secrets he revealed to people like me. So it's like, even so, Father, for so it seemed good in your sight. All things have been delivered to me by my Father, and no one comes to the Son except the Father, nor does anyone know the Father except the Son, and the one to whom the Son wills to reveal him. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So Jesus is just explaining he's the true rest. So when I talk about them spirits can't rest, that's part of their karma. That's part of their judgment. They will not be able to rest. And they ain't eternity. So can you imagine no rest eternally? Because that's the level you got to push it to. Like, it's no rest for them. Like, they just in distress all day, every day. And then you outside of time. So you actually in distress forever. Like, it's no time. It's no beginning, no end. You just dealing with being distressed in eternity. A place that's outside of time. It's not a switch to cut on and say, okay, I feel you're going to be forever. 1 second of eternity is going to feel like forever. It's no time. But right here, Jesus gives the true rest. So when I was reading, they said they can't find no rest, and they try to come back to you, the darkness. If Jesus is within you, that darkness can't come and try to destroy you for some peace and rest that they will never get. Jesus gives the true rest. So if you want to be fully delivered, then you're going to need Jesus for that. So he just said, put your burdens on him. Because he said, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So he wants you to give him your problems, give him your trouble. Like, that's what he was here for. That's what God, that's his whole purpose, to redeem humanity. So he extending the hand, telling you, give it to him. Whatever you got, give it to him. And he's going to give you the true rest. You're not going to get rest no other way. Darkness can't give you rest, give you something that they don't have themselves. Darkness can't give you peace, and it has no peace. It's a counterfeit. So it can't give you true peace. It can't give you true rest. It has no peace. It has no rest. How can it give you something that it don't even have? Yeah. So this is what God want me to focus on. This real quick right here. This is all he want me to say. He just want me to emphasize that Memphis, with them bringing them troops here, and they not filling this city with God. They bringing everything to the city with God. They done brought Elon Musk. They done brought Kamala Harris. They got $74 million they putting into the city because it's clean and swept and empty. But once Trump moved them troops up out the city, the crime rate is going to skyrocket. It's going to skyrocket. And they investing in all this, but you got 7 spirits more wicked than itself coming back to the city. Soon as Trump leave out with them troops, the 7 wicked spirits is entering. They entering. So God want me to emphasize Memphis. And if they put God into the city now, if they put God into the city, the demons, the spirits, they can't dwell here. But if they doing all this and it look good on the outside, but the inside empty, it's gonna be 7 times worse than it was before. Like, Memphis gonna take a loss. Crime gonna be so bad. It was bad before. So imagine that to the 7 power. 7 times 7. Yeah. So But if they put God back to the city now, the principality got to lead the city. The principalities got to lead the city if they put God back into the city. But they put everything into the city but God. You see that? I just want you to know that. So I did a little post talk speaking on it, because God, this how he keeps showing me and telling me. He like, you see this? You see this, don't he? You see they doing this, don't he? You see they doing that? He said, but where am I in this picture? They putting everything in Memphis but him. They gonna hate it. They gonna hate all these investments they made. And then the crime gonna shoot right back up because they put him out the city instead of incorporating and putting him back into the city. God didn't send deliverance to this city. God don't just send deliverance just to say, okay, you heal. He's sending deliverance and sending healing to you so that you can give him glory and you can witness to him. And it's all about him. It's all about God in this process. It's not about you kill self, die to self. It's all about God. So that what he wanted me to emphasize, that he just gave me a couple of examples of, like, even with the children of Israel, and when Moses was sent to deliver the children of Israel, he went to king and said, look, free my people so that they can worship God. It's just that simple. The whole purpose of them even being delivered was to worship him. If they weren't going to worship him, I don't see God sending Moses to them and say, okay, free my people. But because God valued the worship of him and the glory of him, it's just that important to him, he delivered all them people on the basis of they need to worship God. Like, that's what he did. So when God gave us America, like I said in my other video, it was for us to worship him. But we did everything but what our contract told us we supposed to do. Our spiritual contract, we supposed to worship God. We got this country, this land flowing with milk and honey, to worship God. We didn't put other gods into this country. We didn't brought the golden calf in here. We didn't did a lot. We did everything but God in this process. So we are in violation of our spiritual contract. So now, boom, you finna see the spirits come through here and tear America up, tear Memphis up. We got binding contracts going on. God not just sending troops and sending peace and cleaning things up for us to just walk around and feel like, okay, let's expand without him. He wants you to include him in what you got going on. You gonna see what I'm talking about. So y'all, I'm finna let y'all go. Y'all enjoy y'all day. But the same spirits that was not allowed to the city, now they coming through speaking with city leaders. And you know the city leaders wicked because of who they let come through here. Look at who they are in agreement with. Sit back and watch. You'll see who they in agreement with. And they're gonna let you know about your leaders. Because it's no way possible. Especially with Kamala. She like Legion out here. She a Legion. And everybody just like, wow, Kamala came through. Wow. Elon Musk building the supercomputers. Man, you better hope the people don't be plagued behind this, dealing with cancer and everything else behind these supercomputers that don't know about long term. Like, everybody's so excited about all this coming to Memphis, but ain't nobody excited about God coming to Memphis though. But you got the plagues coming through too. So when I said we and Moses, in my mind, plagues is sticking out. So everybody excited about these supercomputers. If they're going to bring some plagues to this city, is people going to be dealing with health problems behind this? Because y'all invited it then. Because the spirits got to be invited. They can't, like, through your free will, they can't just pop up and they have to be invited. And if you look at the city of Memphis, look at what they inviting into our city. Everything but God. So I'm going to let y'all go enjoy y'all day.